Testing the fucking volumes. I think. Where's my shit going? Da, 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 da. One last test for everybody. Can I get a blood big a little hello, bonjour?
Hello, A B C D E F G H I J K K K K.
Close enough. And then the fucking gib, a little gib.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Okay. I think
Oh,
wait, I gotta lower me a little bit. I gotta lower me, maybe lower blood big a tiny bit.
It's been a rough day, dude.
I could feel it, dude. There's something in the air today a little bit, perhaps. In my direction, too. It's a little
I just
fucky.
clapped by work.
Oh.
I think both of us.
we
No,
both
no
got
extraterrestrial fucking activities or nothing like no psychic vampires and shit.
Not yet.
Alright, let's do this, dude. Fuck it. We're in. Good morning, afternoon, night, whatever the fuck, to everybody the fuck. Oh, dude, you got a bunch of skills to level up. Ooh. Look at all those pluses signs. Anyway, welcome to the fucking podcast, Dongcast, everybody. No, I mean the skills on the right, dude. All your individual, your like, your ability to look at all this shit. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, fuck.
Let's go, dude.
Welcome to the fucking thing, everybody. Episode 19, I think. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're out here. We're fucking rocking. We're fucking rolling. Psychic vampires or not, or whatever. Powers that be, powers that bean't. We're fucking chugging through. We're fucking believing. Do what we gotta do. I just came off a nice sandwich dinner. Felt pretty good. And coming at you guys with some news, actually, some fresh news. Italian mob boss Leonardo Rizzuto? I already forgot the name. One of the Rizzutos just got shot in Laval. Fresh news right off the presses. Yeah, the highways are closed right now. There's a fucking pursuit in progress, from what I understand. There was a shooting, vehicle related, mob boss, old mob family, dude. Old lore for the regional fucking storytelling, sepulture halls type shit. There's oh, dude, I just realized you're in the fucking you're in the trials. That's what this shit is again, eh?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. Huh? Hello?
Oh, no, I hear you. I'm in the fucking boss clip now. But yeah, I'm listening to this total fucking.
I just fixed your volume a little bit too. I had you a little bit too low. I was trying to get cool with it, get like smart, get fucking like precise, but I think I had you too low. That's why. But yeah, there was a shooting today live. Just happened apparently. Fresh off the fucking presses, dude. So before we get into the Geb subject, this is gonna be we got a Geb subject today. We got actual. It's not like it's pre-planned. It's not rehearsed. This is we didn't start scripting
something.
Huh?
On my like I've been revisiting.
Yeah. Well,
Since the COVID.
Before we get into that, we just there's a little shooting. That's why I just wanted to bring that to the table. It's a little there's a news element to this thing a little bit sometimes. Not really, but there it is. That's news. You guys got any thoughts on fucking general shootings or on this specifically or criminality in the fucking city or any kind of it's making you just Italian Americans?
I just wonder what kind of criminality they're involved in. Honestly, that's like, is it like in the movies? Like, are they a loan shark? Like, beat some guys up? Like, what's the worst they guys have done? You think?
The Italian mob here in our city, in our fucking neck of the woods.
Yeah. You think they like
the usual like fucking racketeering kind of stuff? The usual like little drugs, prostitution, kind of like money laundering, kind of like a territory turf war. Right now,
none of that sounds too bad.
Huh? It's mostly what?
None of that sounds too bad.
Yeah, I mean, the little things that come with it, the occasional person that's got to be like tortured in a dark garage and all that shit, you know. But yeah, it's I don't think there's anything unique to the mob stuff here except the fucking maybe the weather conditions let you get a little bit creative when it comes to the terrible things you can do to a person. But maybe there's like a off seasons for the offing, you know, like the offing off seasons.
Oh,
But yeah, it's just
open
the fucking
season.
yeah. We got like there was the biker fucking mix in the bikers as like yeah biker wars, and then how that relates to mobs and the Irish and the fucking Italians and all that shit.
Government's one big fucking mafia too. Don't forget, they're playing their game.
Also the police,
Yeah, that's all.
the
It's like the
gang.
biggest mob actually.
Oh,
Racketeering. If you
gang.
don't pay your taxes on your house, I don't know. It's not gonna be me, but someone might come to your house when they take you out of your house. You know, if you don't pay
true.
your taxes on your house, I don't know. Some people I've been hearing, people come, they take them away. It's not
The
gonna be me
goddamn
though.
government, yeah. Oh, but yeah, without getting too into the mob stuff, because we do have the thing that we wanted to get into. I just figured I'd bring the fucking as far as like what it is that happens in the city. We could actually do like a full on fucking do like a fucking 10
This week in
episode
the
series
city
on
could be
fucking
dank.
huh
Fucking the news, dude.
do a
The
fucking
news.
10 episode series on the fucking gang history. Oh my god, your health, dude.
Oh, what the fuck?
Something put a bleed on you, I think. Yeah, fuck that.
You got blood.
Okay. Oh, so let's go. Fucking. I didn't do proper intros
Oh,
to you
shot.
guys. In the left,
I was
where's the
fucking
thing?
listening. Bro, I was
In
listening,
the,
not
how do I do that
fucking
again?
playing.
In the fucking, god damn it, left corner. Fuck it, whatever. Let's just get right into it. Geb, bring us in, dude. Bring us into the thing.
My name is Gab.
Yeah, bring us into the thing.
Okay. Well, my topic is about this little thing we all have. All unique is called authenticity, dude. And I've been delving into this topic recently again because of like this philosophy shit and like stoicism. I am curious what it means to you guys.
The word, the authenticity, like as a thing, what does it mean? It's like it's like a kind of self honesty that you kind of live by and like apply to things. You know, it's like there's an honesty component to it. It's like a knowing yourself and being that thing, right? So there has to be to some degree. It's like a self honesty and a projection of that in the things that you do. That's what makes it authentic. Anything that's I think would be authentic would be something that somebody that knows what they are is being fully themselves doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like not hiding behind, I don't know how to say it. What's the
Well, I
word?
mean anything, but not hiding behind anything, more or less. Let's say if we're talking like 100% like maximum authenticity kind of stuff, it would be like no matter what context.
So like being genuine in your actions and beliefs.
Yeah, like having the belief that being genuine is the way to be, and then that being how you act all the time, and then yeah, then no matter like what you are or like how you might change or whatever like different situations you might find yourself in, you're as long as you're still employing that philosophy, then there's authenticity kind of in everything you're doing, and everything you're doing is authentic in that way. It's like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Me, I
I
think
would
that's what it
add to
means.
that it has to be around like important critical things that like make you who you are. Because like if it's just like little things like, oh, like I don't like sushi today, I'm trying sushi, like that's who cares that it's not, you're trying something different. If it's like, oh, I don't like, but if because that's not like core to your who you are, right? It has to be like a core thing. I feel like
Yeah, no, I see what you're
if you're
saying.
true
Yeah,
to like the core shit of it has to be in some way related to like who you are as a person.
who
Because
you
there
are as
could
a
be a bunch
person.
of stuff that,
Oh,
yeah,
go.
because there could be a bunch of stuff that like you can be like flippant on or like change your mind on, or like I don't know, try a bunch of different things and not like really. But it's like if it's as long as it's like flavors of ice cream and not like your moral code or something. you know.
Yeah. Well, even like in the little things, if on one of those little things at one point in time you were against or didn't like or thought it was lame or fucking, and whenever you're talking about that or whenever you're interacting with that thing or whenever in any way that comes up, you're like, nah, and then you change your mind about it, and then you're cool with it. You're still authentic in both cases. It's just that like what you're still acting in an honest and a true and a kind of authentic way to you. You're just also capable of changing too, which is like everybody is too. You know, it's not like at any you weren't being dishonest at any point, even on the little things. You're not being dishonest if you're if your opinion on something changes with time. If in state 1 where you didn't like something and in state 2 where you did like something, you were still doing that, living by that, however, like whatever implications there are there, even on the little stuff, it still comes into play because it's like it's all the little stuff is what adds together to make the big stuff a little bit, you know. And it just kind of, I see what you're saying, but I think like it also applies in like the micro too, you know.
I mean, more like, for me, authenticity only really matters when it comes to like things that are important. You know, like if it's like, oh, I don't like to play support heroes, and if it's like, who cares? You go back on that. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if
like
it's like I don't like to, it's core to my beliefs that people should be like kind or wise or whatever, not, I don't know, or like want to self improve or something. Like
yeah. To be
then
clear, like
it's like core to your.
I definitely see like the scale of what you're saying. There's definitely decisions and things in terms of like morals and values and fucking beliefs that are gonna be more or less impactful and whatnot. I'm just saying that even in the micro, the thing of authenticity does still come into play. 'Cause it's just like it's just like a less important example, but it still is. If you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, the way I see it is like,
fucking
you know
health
how
wrecked. Yeah.
like what does it mean for something to be that thing? Like if I changed one hair on your head, like you're still you, right? But you know, obviously, like there's a point where you would, I presumably could change something about you or about about man, like mankind, like one small thing that would no longer be that thing. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but like, you know, essential properties of a thing.
Okay, yeah. You're just like talking about something authentic in a like the physical kind of we're using
Yeah. But yeah,
like an
in the sense of
analogy
the
to like
kind
a
of
physic.
metaphysical almost sense. Yeah.
I kind of like that. So yeah, you're saying that, but then again, even with that example, if you changed all the tiny things, it's still a change.
Yeah. But
Like the tiny stuff still is like
there's
a measurable
uh
change or a measurable not change, especially when like a bunch of them.
yeah, change is not, it's like it's more that it's like the thing is being compared to.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense.
yeah. I kind of got lost. Oh, I get what you're saying though. Like, we're basically saying the same thing. It's just that when Gab here asked like being authentic, things like that. I was just being
It
a little
was
bit more
pretty
like
much just to
loosey
add to
with
your
it.
point.
Yeah, yeah, just like the more important things, like the major characteristics or decisions or like beliefs and stuff. Yeah, I'm on board with that, like 100%, more or less. What about you, Gab, dude? What about where's your head at with this? Was there like something specific uh, that was cool that was brought up on that subject, or like a person that it relates to?
Oh yeah, it's just like stoicism and like Marcus Aurelius stuff.
And that
Just
was like,
like
What did you say
the
about
brunt
it?
of it was like just living a life that is true to oneself.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, like the self honesty, and then kind of like projecting that and living by that and doing all that. That was like a thing that he used to talk about himself, or something that he was saying he wanted to do or aspired to or thought was interesting, or was it something that he was doing successfully?
Something like he learned from previous Stoics, such as like Seneca and Epictetus.
Yeah, Epictetus. There was a thing.
And
Remember I was
actually,
looking.
Socrates too, dude. Socrates is like pure authenticity, I guess.
There was a thing at a point the other day when I was looking for
Died with
kind
his
of.
beliefs.
Huh?
Literally
Mm.
executed and still stood with his beliefs and values.
Who got which one? Who's the executed?
Socrates.
Oh, was he? I don't remember that. He got
Yeah.
executed.
Right to hemlock, dude.
What was his problem? What
He
was his
was
fucking problem?
well, he was sentenced to death by like the court for corrupting the youth, the minds of the youth.
Because of the gay shit, or just because he was like hairy, or what was he doing?
I don't think it was gay shit.
No, everybody was into that at the time, right? What did he do to corrupt
I
people?
don't
He
think
just
it
got
was
them.
specifically that.
What did he do to corrupt
It
them?
was he like made them think too much. So it's like you make them think about stuff that's against the culture. Like he's like, oh, it's not about the gods. It's about like your reason. Think about it for yourself. Don't fucking listen to the priest. And that was radical at the time.
Yeah, I think it's called impiety. Impiety and corrupting the youth.
Oh, this is kind of ringing a bell, actually, a little bit.
He wasn't being pious to the gods.
Oh yeah, he wasn't giving them a fair shake, dude. He was making it more about like the people than the gods. Where in the history of the Greek thing, how close to like what age was how close what was the timeline of philosophy dudes? Where was Socrates again? He was like an old dude, right? He was like an old head, or where
And Plato's era.
there was
He
like
was in the classical era, about like
who was his master, dude? Does he have one that we even know of? Was it Plato? Was he under a Plato?
I think Plato was no, wait. Socrates was above Plato.
Above?
Socrates was Plato's teacher, pretty much.
Oh, so there we go. Okay, so in the chain, right? In the chain, where's like Aristotle? Aristotle, Socrates were the same time, right? They were homies.
Yeah, they were all. So Socrates taught Plato.
Yeah.
Plato taught Aristotle. Aristotle taught Alexander the Great.
Oh.
Like those two generations. That was like the end of the classical era, beginning of the Hellenistic era. It's what people consider the golden age of Greece is like those four generations.
Who's pre-Plato? Who's pre-Socrates?
There's literally a group of philosophers who use that to divide. They call them the pre-Socratic philosophers.
Oh yeah. Well, who's
the pre-Socratics? Yeah. So like Thales is like the first philosopher.
Oh, that's ringing a bell. I think I took a class.
And they just mean, yeah, like by that they just mean the first guy that was like, okay, maybe the gods ain't responsible for everything. Maybe it's like nature. Start investigating nature. And look for like those kind of explanations.
At this time, everything was
If
still
you go
being
back
written
like
on
800 BC,
Huh?
800 back BC is like when religion was very much still like the explanation of the universe. About 500 BC was more like the natural world. So like those 300 years was like a big shift in like what had been for like thousands of years, you know?
Yeah. Me, I had remember there was the other week there on a point I was looking for some kind of PMA fucking quotations and stuff. I had found the Aristotle one that I thought was kind of cool, and it kind of applies in the thing of the repeatedly doing the true authentic thing. It goes. I'm gonna put it in the general chat.
Excellence is a habit or something.
Yeah, that's the one actually. Exactly. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. Aristoteles, dude. Kind of sick. Kind of cool. Kind of relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's funny that go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the then part is actually like misquoted to Aristotle. So that was someone like quoting Aristotle.
Oh, it's not even him?
No, he said the first part, but like the guy summarized. Like, yeah, anyways, doesn't matter.
The excellence then the whole second sentence is this
The part of then is like somebody who concludes Aristotle's philosophy like it was like a famous Aristotle scholar that like basically explained the whole philosophy, quoted Aristotle, and then concluded like this is what he meant.
Oh.
which is exactly what Aristotle meant. That it's like paraphrased.
And it's like super long time ago, or this was just another old Greek, or this was
This
more
is like
recent that they fucked it.
no, this was like a British dude,
Goddamn fucking Britishes.
British
Always
scholar.
stealing the histories, dude, from the ethnics. Any other?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this last part about Socrates. It's from because everything about Socrates is Bloodbig told me it was written by Plato.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't write anything down.
Yeah, exactly. So at the day of Socrates' execution, Socrates drinks the hemlock poison with calmness and composure, reassuring his friends that death is nothing to be feared. His final words, according to Plato, were, "Crito, we owe a cock to Asclepius. Please don't forget to pay the debt."
We owe what, dude? We what?
Asclepius is a god of like medicine or something.
So yeah, that's the one
right?
on the scepter, like the Pharmaprix. When you go to Pharmaprix, that's Asclepius.
Yeah. Put the quote in the Dongcast.
Where
is it?
Asclepius.
Yeah, well, I forgot. What's the anecdote about the paying thing? I forgot that. What is that?
Crito. Why Crito? What does that mean?
Crito, yeah.
Crito, we owe a cock
to Crito, because there's a meme about like something about like
this statement is interpreted to mean that Socrates believed his death to be a cure for the disease of life and that he was returning to the gods who had sent him into the world.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's
it's a cure. Death is the cure for life.
Oh, why I mentioned Socrates is like he was just being like authentic with himself and his beliefs, right?
100%.
Till his death. But authenticity is something that like we tend to lose because of people like labeling you as good and evil, good or evil. Whereas authenticity has no good and evil, I guess. It depends on your moral values, I guess. Personal values.
Wait up, because you said a bunch of stuff there. Let's fucking wheel that back a second, real quick. Something good and evil, authenticity was that?
There's no good and evil in authenticity, right? Like you being authentic is evil to another person, or you being authentic is good.
Okay, yeah, because there's. Yeah, like the thing of being authentic doesn't have a plus or a minus on it. It's just like a thing, and then you could be fucking bad to the bone type shit. You know what I mean? You could just be a fucking, just a terrible, just a nasty man. You could be authentic as fuck, and it could be a bad thing because you're hurting people, but you just want to hurt people real bad. That's like all you want to do all the time. The authentic part isn't the bad part.
Yeah, the authentic part doesn't have a value.
Yeah.
Of like good and bad necessarily.
No, but it's something I feel like people tend to lose.
I mean, like, in a way, like
face the world, like something we sacrifice for the sake of acceptance.
In a way, we do 100%. It was like social contract and shit, and like But it's also like maybe that's a good thing for some in some cases, you know.
In the case of the
like
crazies,
if your authenticity is like a good, like a net good for you and for like society, then great. But what if it's a net bad too? You know?
Yeah.
It depends on how you see the human nature.
True.
If the authentic me just wants to fucking eat dogs, dude, I just look at dogs and I just get real hungry and I just snatch a puppy off the street and just grill it up. I'm being authentic as hell, but that's a terrible way to be. God dang. But I think what you're going more towards, Gab, dude, if I'm hearing what you're saying, is you're talking.
Yeah, I'm pretty shit at like putting my thoughts into words.
No, I more or less get it. You're talking more in like a follow your dreams kind of way, or like a authentic and like a reserving your behavior in a more kind of make sense kind of way, and not fucking dog eating or fucking psychopathy. You're talking more about like losing.
Yeah, in a dream sense, yeah.
Yeah, like losing like the feel of you and just kind of conforming, and that being like an inauthentic way of being, kind of.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that's where we're going. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. You get put through the
I
meat grinder,
feel
dude.
like
The meat
you're
grinder of life and taxes and fucking the fucking machine of the school work. Maybe a bit of the old like what I gotta do kind of falls to the wayside when you got bills to pay, when you got mouths to feed. You know, money don't grow on trees. That whole song and dance. Sometimes you it's
yeah.
not even that you don't wanna be authentic. It's you kind of forget even what thinking that way means because you're just so fucking in the system, in the grind.
Yeah,
I
the
think
fucking
the reason
rat
why
race.
like the goals, having the goals, like the dreams or whatever, not even in like the shit sense, oh, follow your dreams, but like the literally having goals, aspirations, dreams, call it whatever you want to call it. The real ones, not like, oh, I want to have steak after fucking work. Like a real goal is just like is just who you are. I feel like that's just like a big part of who you are. And so like in that sense, like being authentic just means being like aligned with like your true goals, and like
Yeah, but
whatever
sometimes
goals you have is a core to your being in a way.
sometimes the goal of just like having a roof over your head kind of makes it so that the other goals fall to the wayside. Though, is I guess more of like the thing of like the losing the self because maybe the self was a little bit too ambitious, dude, or a little bit out of place in the circumstance, or a little bit like that's the thing there's a lot of fucking people that are like, what did you want to be when you grew up, dude? That's the authentic, and they're not at all on that kind of track, like
Yeah,
that kind of thing of. It doesn't mean that you can't redefine you and find like maybe you've put yourself in a better spot otherwise, or maybe there's this and that, but there's the thing of the kind of being crushed by the fucking machine to a point where uh the authenticity, at least in terms of you're even like giving yourself time to think inwards and to act on that. Some people don't even have that or feel like they have that, at least, or enough of it to realistically make changes.
yeah, no, it's when you're at that point, like the thing you're being measured against changes too.
Explain.
Like if I am me pre being crushed by the system, what being authentic is going to be different than me post being crushed by the system.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, true.
what the authenticity is being compared against changes.
Maybe I'm just like a fucking retard, but I feel like the authentic kind of me is the same more or less, dude, from when I was like a small fucking child. I feel like the little kid brain me, kind of like the way that dude was thinking and working. I more or less like figured a lot of shit. There's things that came with being more socialized and like experiencing new things and kind of going different places, and you find different likes and wants and interests and activities and fucking whatever. I feel like sometimes you could kind of tune back into the kind of the shit that was cool from back when you were from forever, and that shit is still cool. And that's kind of in terms of authenticity, outside of like outside of interacting with other people and just kind of the authentic self stuff. A lot of that stuff was set up pretty big when I was a kid, I think, at least in my case, and it kind of stayed the same, a lot of them. Like, I know there was a point, just to give an example to make it a bit more sense. There was a point when like I was going out a bunch, right? There was a lot of going to bars and a lot of fucking hanging out down the street, same old thing we did last week kind of shit. Lots of just fucking the nightlife and whatever. And when I thought about making a change from that to something else, and I thought about like the thing that was kind of lost or put to the wayside in that kind of way that I missed a lot, that felt like a true part of me that I just wasn't giving the time of day. It was stuff that was cool, like when I was a kid. It was like creative kind of ventures and stuff. I was like a weird little draw a lot of things, come up with stories kind of person, write some things kind of kid. And when I was thinking about like, dude, do I want to be doing all this fucking party shit, or do I want to maybe change it up? The thing that I wanted to change it up to, the thing that I felt like was an important part of me that had been kind of not acknowledged or given much time to develop in those years was like a thing that was a kid me thing also. You know what I mean?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Does that make
This
sense?
kind of relates to what I was gonna ask.
All this go?
So you think there's another layer of authenticity?
Could you ask that maybe in
So,
different words? Yeah.
I say
so there's
yes.
authenticity, and then my other layer that I was talking about is it would be called like integrity, I guess. And integrity would be like it's something you hold true. That's to your true self.
I have trouble distinguishing those ideas. Could you like describe them separately so I can maybe see what you're talking about? Because I don't know what really the difference between authenticity and integrity is necessarily. You're saying one's deeper than another is kind of what I'm hearing. Like one of them is like more core, but I don't know which one that is or why. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of saying that there's like
Your question made me think of something else. Actually, like I was gonna think of the layers of authenticity thing as like if I peel off like the layers of socialization, or if I'm like away from others for a while, I think the realer me comes out a little bit.
Okay, so
Like, I think you can peel back a little bit of that layer.
Okay, so fucking Geb, you were kind of saying that, but you had different words for your like integrity and authenticity as to. But you were is that the same basic?
I just gave it like a placebo word, I guess, because I don't know how to.
But you were talking about the same basic idea, just you just put a different. Okay, so the same thing.
I just
basically
labeled it as that deeper layer. I just labeled it as integrity or something.
Okay, I think just for the sake of keeping it fucking like a one wordy, we're all on the same page though. That in terms of authenticity, we kind of think that there's like layers to it and more core things to the person, right? With or without extra words. Because I agree with that. I just don't like extra words part is kind of what lost me because I don't know what the fucking difference between those words is. But yeah, I think of course I think I agree that yeah, there's the parts. What about like okay, what then? Let's get this fucking faces in your direction again a little bit because we're getting in the fucking psychology zone. What's your like more core level? What's your like fucking level 1, dude? Like tier 1 fucking authenticity things.
Oh god.
When you're being a fucking tier 1 authentic Geb, dude, what is that?
Tier 1 as in like
highest tier, whatever the number of fucking tier fucking 1, a top tier authentic Geb. Was that?
I don't know, just just nice dude.
It's probably mine too.
It's a good old boy.
Kindness and
oh, dude, I just
and
realized.
Logic. Weirdly enough,
dude, we've kind of come back to the episode
thoughtful,
1.
Yeah, thoughtful too, I guess.
Yeah, do you think?
That'll be tier 1, yeah. Just...
Okay, yeah, where I was going with it, dude. This kind of goes back to episode 1, the lost episode 1. You remember that episode 1? Talking about the values or whatever, and like the truest values to the brain, to the like the realest values. You remember that? Remember
yeah.
Remember the long lost episode 1? There was 2 things in episode 1 that we talked about. I asked like people to name like dudes, like people that they idolized or thought were super cool or otherwise whatever.
Yeah.
And then we talked about like the things in those people that we thought were kind of cool, like the values or whatever, like the important values. We're kind of back there somehow, dude. We've kind of come full circle. We went from a fucking comedy episodes to politic episodes, fucking mob killings and fucking governments and Thanksgivings, dude. And we're kind of back on that when you think about it. Because what you're kind of asking, is like, what are like your coreist values, kind of. When we're thinking about you being the most authentic to yourself, what it really comes down to is, because right, your answer was kindness, kind of thing, right? Which kind of otherwise worded. Or I could ask you like, what's like a core fucking value to like Geb tier 1, and you could have said the same thing. You see what I'm saying? We kind of came back to that conversation.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Hell yeah. What was the blood big ones, dude? What was the bloody B fucking answers?
Mine was kindness in the first episode. And I think it's still kindness today, and I think I would add like logic and not logic in like a weird way. The logic of like the logos, like the word, like the reasoning. Like you know how logos in Greek has like many meanings. There's like it's a word, but it's also your reason. It's also reasoning and logic. Like it has like all that, like the logos of like uh
Kind of like the respect for like the search for knowledge and the like the living by the
yeah.
value of like valuing kind of learning and all that shit.
I think so.
I
I
think
think
that's kind
so.
of all it.
Living by the logos and dying by the logos, dude. You
Hell
know.
yeah. Yeah, I see that. Me, a fucking highest core. If I was being like a maximum authentic dude, little guy out there in the world, a little guy in the subconscious of my fucking brain particles. He'd be a dude that likes creativity stuff, likes making things, likes that a lot. That like super highly values just the act of like expression, with however it works for people, whatever it means. I don't know. I just think that stuff's super cool. I like doing that. That was a thing that I felt like I had lost in the when I was a little bit too wrapped up in like the party fucking racket, and I think that's like something that I had realized then that stayed true now. That's something that I find myself like in a lot of different points in life thinking like, am I giving that part of me enough attention? Because it's like cool and it's important. It's always there. And the answers that I'd given for the value stuff back in the day, in terms of things that I valued the most and like people that kind of represented that and whatnot, were a community and honesty. I don't know if you guys remember that conversation at all, but those were like my two kind of bigly things.
Honesty and community.
Yeah, those are the two big values. Somewhere between the honesty, the community, and the creativity. That's kind of like the essence of whatever the fuck is going on in my brain forever, all the time, from beginning of time till fucking dead time in however many years. The community
I
stuff.
feel like honesty
Yeah.
too, but like I don't. I guess for me, honesty is like almost like a given. You know, like why would you be dishonest?
No,
I guess it's the
it's
same. Like why
definitely
would you
not
be
a given.
unkind?
No, there's definitely like a very normalized either like a omission of truths or just like a sideways kind of, or just lying for convenience, or like this is super fucking normal for people to put honesty like real low on the fucking list of things that matter. There's a whole lot of just like a little white lie just to get through this situation. Then before you know it, the
I
white
see
lie to
what you
get,
mean.
yeah, like before you know
Like
it,
in that sense.
yeah, before you know it, you're just lying a little bit all the time, and then it's just like none of okay. Then like you're just a fucking liar there, ain't you, bud? You know, or like yeah, I don't know. Honesty is it's easy to lose track of, easy to just do what's convenient instead of like what's true. You know. I always didn't like that. I always, whenever I'd see that in people around me, friends, people I liked, people I didn't like, friends, fucking whatevers, it always like annoyed me a lot. It was a fucking, I was a stickler for that shit. It was just fucking, like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna tell anybody how to fucking do whatever they gotta do or whatever. But it was always something that I identified as like something that was worth sticking to, even if it sucks or even if it gets you in like a stupid, weird fucking situation, you know? And I'll just honestly, like the timing of it too. Like, honestly, you could be like, I could tell you the truth about something 10 years after the fact, and it's like, that's honest, technically, like on paper, right? Like that act. But there's like 10 years of dishonesty wrapped up in in the one honest, you know what I mean? Like the timing of it too. The thinking something, feeling something, and acting on it. Like, there's obviously value in being like more reserved or conscientious about like things you say or do, and fucking Maybe there's a better time or place or like a fucking
like delivery.
yeah. But the thing,
Or they're ready to hear it.
but there is a thing in honesty that is also the timing of it, in my opinion. It's less honest to tell someone the truth 10 years after the fact than it is to tell them in the moment, right? And once you acknowledge that, then like the thing of time kind of wraps into it pretty clearly, in my opinion. And you lose, it's a little bit more blunt, a little bit less polite, a little bit, you always find yourself in like slightly stupider fucking situations when you're kind of like maxing on fucking honesty and you're just putting things out there without really thinking about it much. But I still think that's a preferable way to be than to be like a lie all the time because it's convenient person. Like I think like being a fucking an asshole that at least is like making sense and kind of sticking to things is still preferable to any of the dishonest person alternatives. Even like the shittiest kind of honest is still better than the shittiest like levels of honest is still better than the fucking any level of liar, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because that shit fucking lame.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, now obviously, like I understand what you're saying. For me though, like, sometimes the truth doesn't even need to be said. Like, I don't go around to retards saying, "Hey, you're retarded."
True. Yeah.
Like, that there's a level of honesty that's necessary in life, and
yeah, but I don't think that's like a thing. If a fucking like you honesty,
some things don't need to be said is really what I'm saying.
Yeah, like unprompted, kind of random. Yeah, you don't like walk around telling everybody that you look at, "Hey, the sky's blue." By the way, like, "Hey, the sky's blue." Like, that's not a matter of fucking honesty or honesty is more like prompted. Like in a situation where there is something asked of you, and it's more convenient to be dishonest. That's more what I'm talking about. It's not like if the retard came up to you and asked you, "Hey, dude, am I retarded?" and you said no,
You'd be like, well, son.
Then we have a more interesting conversation because that's actually, you know what I mean? That's a little bit more like, do you think if somebody like a clearly fucking retard, like a drooling, like helmet wearing fucking retard walked up to you, he's like, "Dude, am I fucking normal like the rest of us?" What are you gonna tell him?
I'll tell him the truth for 100% honest.
You're just like, "Dude, yeah, no, you're
like you might want to."
You're
the
fucking
thing
retarded.
Is, there's different levels of right. Like you could say,
exactly.
"Son, you're retarded."
Yeah.
You could say, "Son, you are a little bit different." You could say, "Son, well," and then give the whole long-winded one.
But like, you're perfect.
They're all telling the truth in a very different way.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But any of those is just a degree of honesty that I think is still preferable in just about all cases to being dishonest. The retard thing is a funny example just because you brought it up, but like. Only thing I'd vouch for in terms of dishonesty is people that hold things over you. Authority, people with like some, I don't know how even to qualify it or quantify it, but there's a certain level of authority that could be held over you where I think being dishonest with those people is fine. If it's like a police officer or like even in a younger situation, like a teacher, like a principal person, a boss, an employer. I think being dishonest with people where the consequences of your honesty could be like your future being ruined, either academic career, fucking work, career, life, literally life imprisonment type shit. I lie to those people. I'm okay with that, dude. I think like even in my honesty is super important kind of mindset, lie to the cops, lie to your boss, lie to your teachers. Don't fuck them. Like they hold too much over you, dude. If it's a real fuck around situation and like that's your whole future on the line kind of thing, fucking lie to them, dude. But anybody that's on even ground as you, a friend, a family member, a person on the street, somebody meet at a bar, a person that is the situation is fucking neutral, if not just about neutral. Anything outside of like the extreme circumstance of a person that holds a lot over you. Just be honest, but you lie to cops if you want. Fuck the police. You know what I mean? Like they suck.
You're so rebellious.
I don't think it's dude. Fuck them. I just fucking cocksuckers, dude. If the consequence of your fucking honesty or dishonesty is like your life, then lie. Fuck it. No, I don't. Even if it's less than your life, even if it's like.
What if it's like what if it's just a slight advantage?
No, slight advantage. I'm not cool with that. I was already that. I'm like kind of fucking.
Self-advantage.
No, like
I don't know. Lie on a CV. embellishing a CV.
Oh yeah, dude, to like authority, anybody, any fucking authority situation, dude, you could fucking lie to those motherfuckers. I'm telling you, any
But what
work,
about like
boss people, school people.
what about the opposite, like kissing up to an authority person, being like, oh yeah, that's totally great, like funny joke, haha, I don't know, sucking ass to get like ahead or something, pretending jokes are funny when they're not. Like, is the reverse like true too? Like,
I might
I
just
don't
be
know.
too autistic to do that. I don't know. Like, I've never, I've never been around somebody that I
It's pretty
genuinely like.
autistic, but well, you know what I mean. It's like the authority. I mean, yeah, no, it actually fits with what you're saying. Like lying to authority to get ahead. It makes sense. Checks out.
I'm more or less I'm okay
It's-
with all of that shit. Yeah.
No,
Like I just as long
I hear
as
you.
you're fucking even Steven with a person, you fucking keep it as close to the truth as possible in just about all situations, with the exception of people that hold a lot over you. That's the
But
fucking.
yeah, I think I try to be conservative with my honesty. If it's like someone that's willing to take advantage of it, yes.
I don't really like put that. I mean, because that could anybody could be willing to take advantage of anything, and I think that opens it up a little bit too much. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it really comes to like a skewed power dynamic kind of thing, at least in my eyes. But again, I find honesty, like, it goes back to what I was saying, where I think honesty is something that I super super fucking like. I put that on a high, value that very highly. It's one of the things. Anyways, yeah, some fucking mix of a creative person and community person and honest person. That's the tier one bulldozer fucking activity mindset value concoction matrix. Oh,
Yeah, it feeds into the authenticity thing.
it's in there. Yeah.
For me, like it's tough because I'm somebody with a lot of interests, and sometimes I like to entertain ideas very deeply and then like discard them, right? But like during the time I'm entertaining them, I'm really exploring them. I'm like balls deep into this thing. I'm like, yo, let's try it out. Let's go run with it. So like I find myself being very in the past get like influence or pick up on others people's like habits or um prone to like addictive behaviors. I mean, saw like a whole bunch of stuff. But so then the question is like, who am I really? Like when you peel all that other shit away, like what actually am I?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
that's why I think like at the things that I listed, I think in or out of other people's that stuff that's like it's me no matter what kind of stuff, you know? The thing of like the dude that's just a little artistic, there's like a little fucking like a little creativity expression, like a little drawing, a little writing a story, a little just making something kind of person, and think that's cool personally for myself and cool when other people do it, and I find it like attractive, I find it interesting to be around. It's just super, I think it's just awesome. That and like the thing of liking community stuff, liking being around, liking fostering kind of group environments, and the having that stuff kind of flourish and be cool and interesting, and a lot of sharing stuff, maybe fucking even oversharing to some extent, but like always trying to, I don't know, bring motherfuckers into something collectively and thinking that's cool, and like community down to like being a regular at a coffee shop, or like a down to just like walking down my street and seeing somebody like with a dog, and not just smiling because like the dog's cute, but smiling just because like I like that this is a person in the community that I'm in that owns, like, just, you know what I mean? Like, it's really the community in all the every fucking little step you take, every move you make, kind of thing, and the honesty bit, the thing of really thinking that it's cool and that it's important to be straight with people in just about all circumstances outside of really skewed power dynamic stuff, but in general being straight with people, and thinking that that's cool and important, and trying to, like the Aristotle quote, doing it all the time, a habit. I thinking that's cool. That like those three things, with or without any other influence or friend or the addiction or fucking this is cool, that's cool. Like that's always in there. I think.
Alright.
So,
It's kind of lit.
Chili's baby back, ribs. This kind of thing. When you really think about it, actually, this fucking show, dude, the House of Dong podcast, this fucking Malakia, is actually in its own special way a representative of all three of those things. When you really think about it, this is a creation of something. This is a creation of a series, of a sequence of episodes, of a show. There's a conversation involves a certain degree of creativity. In terms of like we're all just sitting here knowing that it's being recorded and we're trying to make our brains say something and trying to like see how that goes, being like real about it as much as possible, but also there's the thing, the undeniable kind of thing of like this is a show that we're putting on, and it is kind of being created in that sense. Then the honesty of it and like the everybody kind of fucking unlocks their brains and just says what it is that's going on kind of mode, and being comfortable and being like a group of peers. Like there's no weird power dynamic here or any kind of situation. There's like just people with fucking little wires plugged into their fucking heads that are just talking to a computer screen kind of thing. And there's like a honesty in the simplicity and the friendliness of that, and the community of it. This being like an open forum kind of thing. Anybody in the fucking Discord want to come by, they're always invited. Everybody knows what time it's at generally. Whoever wants to fucking show up, dude. Like the homies having the little recordings and sharing that with the people that don't come by, that are like close friends. And when you really, really, really think about it, actually, this is a kind of perfect fucking trifecta of the creativity, community, honesty, fucking values. Maybe that's why I like this shit so much, dude. Actually, I never even thought about it really, but actually, this is all of that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
We've had a lot of interesting guests.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Again, dude, it was so. I was talking the other day. I don't know if I was telling you, but there's a day we had the fucking politic episode that was real, like fucking, really just talking about the same 1.5 points for like an hour because we were just going in fucking circles, and we did that, and then like the next day, right after that, like that fucking. It was like heated and it was kind of fucking nonsense, and there was a chunk of it that just felt like it was arguing just like for argument's sake, and like a lot of fucking. And then the next day I'm in here and we got the Sur Rat King and Love Gun yelling at each other because one of them found like a half dead bird on their driveway, and he took it and he's like thawing it out. Found it like in the snow. He took it, put it in like a cardboard box, and it's like thawing out. He's like, I'm gonna keep it alive. I'm gonna try to feed it. And the other guy, his brother's yelling at him. fucking Gape there and Tone were in some fucking Sons of the Forest thing, stabbing little fucking baby aliens with spears, and it was just a complete 180 in terms of like tone and just feeling in the air in the fucking in the voice chat, having like the night before just been in fucking actual World War III fucking Republicans versus Dems type shit, fucking that whole thing. And well, just like one micro kind of argument of that, and then the next day, just be like, "Yo, it's fun stabbing these little fucking baby things with the spears. They make like a squeak sound." And it's like, "Yo, why the fuck is there a bird in the box?" Like, it was just so fucking out there, dude. Oh my god, that was funny. That's the thing. That's what makes this cool, though. What makes me want to keep doing it, because there's like, I don't know, there's like all the little fucking, there's a million little fucking things that happen in here that I think are hilarious. And the format is just perfectly set up to just be able to set aside some time to record stuff and fucking capture like a little bit of that like essence, And I think like, even with some of the episodes being fucking shit, which they are gonna be, they have been, and they will continue to be, I think like overall the thing of it is good. And the adding to the fucking like the energy of the place is good, and I like that in whatever metaphysical fucking way those things are processed,
I agree. So you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And on that note, a message from our sponsors. Our sponsors for today's episode are who sponsored Gab? You're in charge of the sponsorship this week. You were telling me you got a big one lined up. Who do we got?
Ubermensch.
We're sponsored by
nice.
the Ubermensch, like the German concept of like the superhuman. That's what sponsored like the idea of like strong people is what sponsored us.
Bayer Spirulina.
Oh no! We're sponsored by Blizzard free character transfers on the Wrath of the Lich King Classic between Benediction and Fairlina servers. We're sponsored by that. All the money that they make from character transfers, they sent us a chunk. We're sponsored by World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King Classic character transfers, and we're also sponsored by a pickle company. I'm trying to think of a company that makes pickles because I bought pickles today and I don't remember who made them, but one of those companies sponsored us also. Pickles and character transfers.
Bix Pickles.
Alright, that's the one. One of these days I'm gonna get us an actual sponsorship, dudes. Once we build up like a nice library of episodes, dude. Once we got like a chunker on us, I think we're already at a point where a person that doesn't even know who the fuck any of us are could listen to this and think that it's all right. I think we're already kind of there. Now we just gotta get one of those people that has the fucking cash money, sponsor this thing.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, we gotta start reaching out to some of these like dick pill companies or whoever sponsors regular fucking stupid comedy and or fucking philosophical podcasts. Oh, but gentlemen, we are at 56 minutes. We're just coming up 57 minutes. We're coming up on the hour. But we did make it. We did it. We did the topic. We talked about a shooting as well, which spiced it up a little bit. You guys got anything else that you wanna put out into the recording? Any other ideas? Any follow-ups on any of the things we talked about? Any other things?
Nah, just the authenticity stuff. It's pretty cool.
Live authentically and learn thyself, dude. Everyone says know thyself. You gotta learn thyself to know thyself, dude. Spend the time, learn thyself, fucking do shit. Get good.
True. Explore the inside.
I brought it up because, like, I guess the environment I'm in is just like not a lot of that, like authenticity or individuality type thing.
Yeah. The environment, you mean like anywhere in life? Like you look around you and all around you are fucking familiar faces, wars, place. Like what do you mean? I work at fucking in the home in the where's
I want to be
these
specific,
fucking...
but yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just like the people I interact with on a day-to-day basis outside of a Discord.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like they could do with a little bit of the fucking honesty value, dude? They could do with a little bit of the fucking take the fucking the little white lie kind of behavior, put it on the back burner, and just fucking kind of live real a little bit. Yeah, that happens. That's like a driver for why it is that I know that that's a value of mine. That's such a high value too. It was similarly seeing that one specifically, the honesty one, which I think ties into the authenticity kind of concept most directly. It is, yeah, there's like a bit of what makes that like a thing is kind of seeing how easy that is to lose or how easy it is to live like a life like without consideration for that at all, and thinking that that's trash and not wanting to do that. That's kind of, I have similarly thought of the things you're thinking, basically, what I'm saying.
And I talked about this yesterday about the convo I had with one of my managers. He's like, what do you plan on doing? I'm like, oh, I want to work at like audiovisual stuff, programming lightings and like concerts and stuff. Sound engineering. And his response was just be a plumber.
Let's be a plumber, dude. Yeah, of course. That's like
They make good money in them, but like, dude, what's the point if I'm gonna fucking hate it? Like,
yeah, it's kind of completely fucking retarded.
something like I genuinely enjoy it and like seeing versus doing something like.
Dude, just be a
plumber.
dude. Like,
boomers, dude. Actually, what?
we need plumbers, dude. Being a plumber
You
is
should tell him to be a plumber, dude.
true. Yeah, exactly. Why the
didn't you
fuck isn't
plumber,
he a
dude?
plumber? What the fuck?
Tell him some other random job that pays money. You should have been a welder,
He
dude.
breaks down crying. He's like, dude, I wish I could be a plumber
I
right now.
know.
It's all I want. All I want, dude. I yearn for the pipes, dude. I yearn for the fucking plunges. Every waking moment that I'm in this fucking place, I wish I was fucking staring at the bottom of a toilet seat, dude. I fucking
Trying
I'm
to live
trapped
through
in
you,
this
dude,
life.
vicarious.
Yeah. It's like, please, dude. There's a fucking the porcelain thrones, dude. God, fuck it, dude. You want to be a plumber? Be a fucking plumber. We need fucking plumbers, but god dang.
True.
Just be like, there's when a dude figures out something they want to do, and it's like, and they're telling you about it, and you're like, do this other completely random, unrelated, like different fucking field, different fucking ballpark, different fucking universe game entirely thing instead. There's like no, like, I don't know. It's fucking.
I don't know. Honestly, at this point, like,
it's a little out of pocket.
in the beginning, it'd be like, yo, what the fuck? That's kind of fucked up. But now I literally just laugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, it's not his fucking fault. I mean, it is his fault for being a grown-ass adult and, like, fucking saying dumb shit, but at the same time, it's not his fault, you know? He's
I literally just smile back and be like, I'm still gonna do it. Like,
yeah, that's cool. And you're being authentic, dude. That's what matters. You're being authentic and you're not being a fucking dickhead about it. That's PMA.
The smiling back part I got from a special character.
Hell yeah.
From an anime.
Is it one I'm familiar with?
Of course.
Hell yeah, of course it is. Oh,
Monkey D. Luke.
Dude, every now and then I do. Well, I've seen enough of that fucking show that every now and then I do like look back on a situation and be like, something about my fucking formative years being guided by that show like is connecting. There's definitely behaviors that rub. Once you watch 1,000 episodes or something, dude, there's definitely like connections that you form in your head. You know, I see that in myself too sometimes. I was just like walking down the street, kind of. It's in the smile. Actually, funny enough, it's in the smile too, dude. I'll be walking around kind of alone, taking a little walk in the fucking neighborhood in the area, and there'll be somebody just like look at a stranger, dude. So you just see like a fucking random person walking in your direction. They look at you, look at them, and there's a little smile kind of second there, dude. We're just like, hell yeah, dude. Whatever the fuck you're doing. Keep on keeping on, motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's a happy ass day, dude. And
someone has a passive smile like that in the street. That's big PMA.
That's fucking sick, right? Like I've caught myself having that sometimes on a good ass day, and I'm just like fucking feeling it, dude. And then there's a little click in my head. There's like a little bit of fucking. That's a little fucking. That's a one piece. One Piece is in there somewhere. Maybe I'm just happy because I'm a person that watches One Piece. Maybe that's just, it puts me into a perpetual state of fucking happiness. Because I know that I'm in tune with one of the greatest goddamn stories ever told, dude.
Pretty sick.
Ooh.
I think that's it from me.
I think that's it for all of us, dude. We are in the 1 hour 3.
Oh.
It's 10 p.m. This is a special episode where we actually had gamer footage in the background. I've been watching a stream the whole time, dude. We actually have this action RPG fucking stream, dude. This is what people that want to watch and want to get a little bit of game. We could do this too, dude. The original idea was to do this with game footage in the background the whole time. And I think the first couple episodes I did it while we were playing fucking WoW shit, but
sick.
I like the switching it up. I like the variety. We've used the Discord very actively and very well, I think, in some episodes too, especially with the AI stuff and like the just posting links whenever we're talking about things and like looking up stupid pictures. Like, I think using it occasionally for a game stream is kind of sick too, actually.
Having just like the background talking to like it's like a good genre too for it. It's not too like demanding.
It's unfortunately laggy because I think with the OBS that I got running, like it's kind of choppy. Like people that are watching it are gonna be watching fucking 480p type shit, but fuck 'em. All right, we're calling it. That's the end of the episode. Thanks everybody. Thanks for lending your fucking minds and your fucking hearts and mouths to the fucking show. Everybody's listening, whoever the fuck you are, dude. There's like 50 or some shit viewers on these sometimes. I don't literally have no idea who you fucking people are, but God bless you. Okay, I'm closing this. Peace, love, Mumas, boo.